What's up? This All Purpose Ty, and today I'm coming at you guys with a high top dread tip video. This video is going to go from the beginning stages, from where you go from your high top, or if you have dreads to where you just cut your sides off, if this is the style you want to go with, all the way into like where I'm at now, in like a year in the maturity stages of your hair. So yeah, I'm going to be coming at you guys with some of the personal stuff. I can only say what I know as far as dreads. So stay tuned. I'm gonna come at you guys with plenty of tips. All right, so starting off with the beginning stages, when you have your afro or whatever, what you want to do, well, what I did, instead of like the towel and the little sponge thing that people are using now, you should probably just go to either a professional or someone who knows how to do dreads in your neighborhood or something like that. Basically, because when you use the towel and the sponge method, like you end up with a lot of smaller dreads, and over time they are gonna thin out, and then you're gonna have to combine a whole bunch of them. So if you just want to skip that step later on down the process, I think you should go to somebody and tell them like the size you want. Try not to get them extremely small because they thin out more than the other dreads do. You want them to be like a good medium size. Like I even wish with mine right now I would have got them a little thicker because I'm having to combine a few of them. But you don't want to start off with that because it makes your hair small and you have so many of them, because it's really just catching the smallest strands of hair that you have when you do that. So you have a whole bunch of little ones. But if that's all you can do, then by all means do what you have to. If you don't have any money or you don't know anyone, then you go ahead. Next, I would suggest that you get them done every 2 weeks, possibly 3 at the latest. But when I started off, I got mine every 2 weeks. A lot of people say don't wash your hair for like the first 3 to 4 months, but you should, because it actually helps you more. Just don't wash it like every 2 weeks. You get your hair done. Depending on how long you take, try to get it washed this one time. Then the next time you get your hair done, don't get it washed. And then next time, keep on in that cycle. Like a lot of people say that their hair falls down. I used to think that same way too when my hair seemed like it was coming out, but I had to learn as long as you still have like the tips at the end, it really doesn't matter because it's gonna start tightening up from the bottom upwards anyway. So as long as you still have like the ends together, the top falling apart really doesn't matter because your bottoms are gonna lock first because your hair grows from the root down. So it'll seem to be locking from here going upward or whatever. So yeah, do wash your hair. It's good for you. It's not, some dirt is all right, but don't go 2-3 months without washing your hair. Another one, if you just like your hair's falling all the way apart, I would suggest wax in the beginning, not too much, just enough to where it stays twisted and just don't come all the way out every time you wash it. And a lot of the times, it's how you get your hair washed. Don't just, you really only trying to get your roots mostly because that's where your hair grows from, once again. So don't just be so rough when you're washing it. Your hair pretty much just had to be wet to get it twisted because it's not good to do it with dry scalp because it breaks off or whatever. But yeah, you don't have to just go in depth with all your hair, like getting all your hair wet. You really just want to work the roots, pretty much. And wear something over your head and begin. Well, really throughout the whole thing, you want to wear something over your head when you're starting off, like do-rag, some type of silk or whatever. Like I didn't like it at first either, but once you realize how much stuff is getting caught in your hair and like build up and you have to cut the end off or something because there's so much lint or something in it, it's just better to go ahead from the jump already be wearing your do-rag or something. All right. Once you been doing the beginning things for a couple of months or even a month, you should see progress in your hair. As far as them starting to stay together more without coming out when you wash and stuff like that. So once you pass that stage, a tip I would have is, you know what I'm saying, to stay out your hair. I know you have habit of just wanting to play in it all day. I had that too when I first got it, but you should really try to keep your hands out of your hair as much as possible and just let them do their own thing without trying to twist them all day and stuff like that, because you're stressing your roots and that causes it to either fall out or get thin, one of the two. So pretty much you can just leave it alone. And I mean, not telling you just to stop touching your hair altogether, but just, you know what I'm saying, let it grow, let it do its thing. I don't know what to tell you as far as oiling, because everybody has their own thing. Like when I was doing, I tried at least, I would say, every 3 to 4 days or something like that. But you got some people who wake up every morning and spray their hair with some type of oil or something. It pretty much depends on, I would say, your scalp type or whatever, hair type, however, I don't know, proper term or whatever to use. But if you're a person who has drier scalp or it gets drier faster than others, then you'll probably be one of them people doing it every day. Like, anything is bad to overdo. So if you're a person who don't need it as much and you see people doing it, like, you should probably know their condition. They probably need to do it more. So don't just go over oiling your hair every day because other people do it every day. They scalp probably dries quicker than yours does. So if you don't need it, don't overdo it. But try to frequently put oil in your scalp, like at least once a week, at least, or something like that. What brand do I use? Like, I use the Jamaican oil, you know what I'm saying? But that don't mean you have to go use that. Any oil that's big tip, ask a female. Females know, like, pretty much, if you know any natural female, ask her what she uses. And that's pretty much what you should use for your dreads, because it's nothing but natural hair. So pretty much whatever they put in their hair and it works good for them, you should probably use it. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying, simplify yourself to only the dread products or the Jamaican mango and lime line or nothing like that. You could venture out and try stuff. So just ask women a lot and they'll be able to tell you good oils, good shampoos and stuff like that. And another one, I often get asked like what to do to speed up the locking process. With that, I'm not really sure, because like, I honestly just waited it out. But I did try like 3 times the sea salt challenge, and for the most part, I can say that it works a little bit. Well, I only tried it 3 times, so I can't tell you really whether it works or not. But it does make your hair extremely dry, so I'm gonna guess that it would help it lock faster that way. But you kind of contradict yourself, because you're gonna put all that on there and make your hair extremely dry, and then like every day you will be oiling it right back up. So you're really just going back and forth doing the same thing. So I just left it alone. I didn't like, because if you get like that much on your scalp, it's gonna itch for days. So I didn't like that. So I stopped and just let my hair lock on its own. But I seen a lot of successful YouTubers say that it worked for them and their hair locked faster. So if that's something you want to try, that's like the only method I know in getting your hair locked faster. Get you some sea salt, hot water, put it in a spray bottle. You know, try to only touch your dreads. You don't want it to get on your scalp because it dries your scalp out. But yeah, it does make your dreads dry, or your hair dry, so that would, I guess, make it lock faster. But you know, at the same time, I don't know if this all the way good for you. Probably another thing that you shouldn't overdo if you do it, probably like once or twice a week or something like that. But go ask someone who did it frequently, because I wouldn't be able to educate you on it properly because I barely did it myself. But yeah, that's the only faster locking method that I know. All right, so like in your later months or whatever, when you reach like a year and your hair starts like completely locking, well, you'll mostly be locked at around 6, 7 months. But like once you get to like a year, your hair is really maturing. You're not in just beginning stage and lock period no more. You're like all the way locked. What I did once I got to that point is I stopped over twisting my hair. Like you should be over the every 2 weeks phase at this point, and trying to get it done. This is for me now. Everybody does stuff differently, but me, I go about a month and a half now to try not to overstress twisting my hair and at the roots. And that's probably why I got so many that I have to combine now, because I was still going every 2 weeks, but I had to teach myself that let your hair just grow out longer. I don't have to stress to get it done every 2 weeks because it's not falling apart no more. They're gonna be dreads no matter what, so I could just let them look how they look. Another quick tip: if you want like a fresher look but don't really want to get your hair retwisted, a lot of times you can just go get it braided, and it'll pretty much almost look like you got a twist without actually getting one. So that's a way to kind of cheat the look system or whatever. Fool a couple of people in thinking you got your hair locked as far as for interview stuff. Like, I mean, not locked, but done as far as interviews. As long as you have your sides shaved and stuff like that, you can get it braided and it almost look like you got to retwist it. So that's one thing you can do, but just try not to over twist. You can step away from the 2 weeks and go a month, month and a half. Some people go extremely long, but I wouldn't do that because your hair starts, you get like an afro under your dress and they start to combine and lock, and when you get it done, you have to cut and it hurts more. So I won't go too long, but about a month, month and a half is a good time frame. That's what I do. At this point, you should still be getting washed, but I go every 2 weeks. Like I don't overdo it, because like if you do get a retwist, say you get a retwist, but you wash it, it's not gonna really look like a retwist because your hair is gonna frizz up at the roots and all that. And you'll be confused thinking that it's new growth, but it's really just your hair unraveling at the roots or whatever. So yeah, try to wash it around every 2 weeks, unless I guess you're a more active person. If you work out every day, you just sweat too much to wait 2 weeks, then by all means do what you have to do. But if not, you know what I'm saying, you don't have to just overdo a lot of stuff. And then you should still be wearing something to cover your hair, because at any time, any little bed debris or anything could still be getting your hair, getting in your locks, interfering with the growth process or maturity process of your hair. So still cover your hair up every night. You don't want lint. It overall makes your hair look bad when you have a whole bunch of lint in it and just look kind of dirty and grimy and stuff like that. So if you would, stay away from that. And another tip I would say, like right now, I'm not doing it. You can see my hair is in my face. I would try to train my hair to go back at this period. When your hair is locked and it's getting like the length of mine, or even if your hair is longer, I would train it to go back because it's irritating. Like with me right now, I'm telling y'all to do that because I don't like it, but at the same time, I don't like my hair going back. I don't like the way it look, because I don't think my hair is long enough to look decent going back like that. But a tip is going to get very aggravating as far as like playing basketball, trying to do anything when your hair is just in your face. You get pieces of hair in your eye. So at this point, I would try to train my hair to go backwards, just for personal reasons, I guess. If it doesn't bother you, then by all means keep your hair going down. But my hair gets longer, I guess I'll try to make it go back more, because I don't like the way it look, how it's just sitting on top of my head right there. I would want it to go all the way back, but just don't go back at all. But to each his own. So if you don't mind, then don't do it. If you do, just put it in a rubber band, ponytail, anything. Just train it every night before you put your do-rag or whatever on. Lay it down and then wrap it, so it'll stay down. Or however you guys probably know a better way than I do. But yeah, and the last thing I would say is don't overdo the styles, like the ponytails and the braids. Like, don't overdo it, because you're going to be constantly pulling your hair at the root. Braids more than ponytail, because I guess if you have a ponytail, as long as you don't just like pull it to the max, then it's going to be okay. But with braids, most of the time they be so tight so they can stay longer, or look decent longer, that it's really stressing your roots. So I want to suggest that you know what I'm saying, get a style, take it down, get another style, take it down, and just constantly do that, because you're going to weaken your hair and thin your dreads out. So probably I would say every time, if you wanted one, probably every time you get your hair retwisted, since it's already been pulled anyway or just done. And plus, when you get styles, when you get your hair retwisted, it makes your retwist last longer. It just keeps that look, because your hair isn't out. You're not doing as much to it, so it's just like still in the retwist form or stage or whatever, and it just keeps that look for a longer time, depending on how long you keep your braids or whatever style you get. But it does itch, like, well, for me, I don't know if that's for everybody, but styles do itch, so be prepared. And you can't just scratch it like you want to, because your hand can't go inside your braids and stuff, like where it itches at. So yeah, that's another thing. Just, you really want to take care of the roots of your hair, so don't overstress it by either getting it retwisted too much, braided, or putting your hair in a ponytail. That's all I have. That's all I can come up with. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to comment, and I'll try to answer them as quickly as I possibly can. Thank you for viewing. Like, share, and comment. This is All Purpose Ty. Once again, thank you for viewing.